Hey everyone, and welcome to Already Cancelled. I am Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Twin Peaks Season 2, Episode 13. It's called Checkmate. Full spoilers for the episode as always. I, I suppose it is, like, we had some positive things to say about the last one, and while there's not necessarily nothing good in this one, I was feeling the, the chore a little bit more.
Yeah, the what like last time had a good few plots that had us entertained. This
Yeah.
one didn't really.
Because even the plot we liked the last time the most was with the evil child and Dick and Andy teaming up. Even that in this one had a couple of okay moments, but it wasn't as fun.
Yeah, and it was kind of non-existent really in terms of
Yeah.
what the plot did in terms of the child itself.
I think the biggest problem with this one is that the sort of main Cooper plot of the episode, which is they're doing the sting operation, trying to get Jean Renault and all that, and they have Denise, who becomes Dennis for the mission, and Ernie go in with a wire. That, and then it leads to like a sort of standoff, sort of hostage style moment, and then it leads to like just like Jean being shot, and it all feels, it just wasn't that engaging. It was kind of,
That's the thing. I was just like, this should be really exciting. This should be really tense and actiony.
it felt like they just wrapped it up really easily.
Yeah, there wasn't anything to it.
Yeah, it's a little bit strange in that sense. So yeah, that was probably the biggest problem in terms of just putting an overall damper in the episode as a whole. Obviously, I mean, we started with some zany stuff because we had it was like space, and then that
Yeah,
symbol. It's like is it the radiation symbol I'm thinking of, with or just hazard symbol? With
yeah.
yeah, the three sort of.
The semicircle lines.
No, you're thinking of
Oh,
biohazard.
I'm thinking Biohazard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's the yeah.
it's like what would you call that shape? Uh, Trapezium? Is that the right shape?
I think it might be a trapezium actually.
I remember in that case, it's been a lot of times I've done shapes.
I think when I think of trapezium, I think of it as wider, but these are just narrow trapeziums, aren't they?
Aye, sure. It doesn't really matter how wide it is. It's still a trapezium.
No, no, no. I just if I when I picture a trapezium in my mind,
Aye, it's got a square, but then the sides are like that. So
the slanted, yeah,
yeah, there's like so there's three of
a
those kind
slanted square.
of. Well, no, because that makes me think it's like that, which would make it a diamond. Shapes 101. Welcome.
Look at this.
Yeah, so it's three of those with a circle in the middle. That's a
Yeah,
hazard sign. So we see a big one of those in space as Major Briggs is recounting what he knows, which isn't really much. He basically just disappeared into the light, and then he appeared back at the campsite. Very
yeah.
very reminiscent of being abducted for aliens. And I say reminiscent, I mean of popular versions of the story, not that we know
You
for
have
a
first-hand
fact.
experience. Like you saw a giant owl.
He saw a giant owl, yes. So a giant owl, he's about to like confess. He's like, it's all classified, but maybe I don't really care about that anymore. We're looking for the White Lodge, and then in come the other soldiers and shoot him up.
Yeah,
he goes
right
away,
on cue.
right on cue. So I'm definitely interested in what was going on there. There wasn't a whole lot of it. It was just kind of this tease at the start.
It
The
was
one point I
kind of
want,
the best part of the episode, though.
for the most
For me.
part, yeah, the closing couple of minutes I think were okay as well. But
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
in between was kind of rough. Uh, 2 minutes at the start, 2 minutes at the end.
Worth it.
Everything else, not so much. But one more point on this whole opening thing. Before he starts telling his story, there's a voice that whispers Cooper while we're just looking at
Yeah,
space. I just want to point that out. I want to acknowledge that I did notice it.
yeah.
It was a thing that was there. So I'm guessing Major Briggs went to the other place where Mike and Bob came from.
You have to assume so.
At least at this juncture, that is the only reasonable guess I can make.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else that we have that suggests any other possibility.
Yes. So that'd be my guess at this point. Obviously, the ending, which kind of, there's two scenes I liked at the end, so they lead into each other. So Leo is I don't know if he's fully back or if he's just like it's like motor functions, because he didn't seem like he was Leo, because he had still had all the food in his face, which made him look like a clown, by the way.
Did look like a clown. Do you know what I like the idea of? Maybe he's now possessed.
Yeah, yeah. I was thinking something like that, or something, something where he's not actually him in control. It's just
But
someone.
yeah, it's just his body.
Yeah, because the way he was standing there felt very un-Leo.
Yeah,
I don't expect Leo to act like a Michael Myers serial killer and like hide in the corner. It doesn't feel like him.
it doesn't. But I
where
did like how creepy he was with setting up everything.
it was really creepy. But we see the power going out in this scene, and then we come to the police station, and we think it's just maybe there, but then we go to the police station, and Lucy's explaining, no, there's an explosion at the power station, and the town's out, and it seems like the town's all out, and which is great. It's a bit of mood, and Cooper goes into the sheriff's office, and we see there is a. Was he dead, or is he maybe just tied up?
Looked dead to me.
Yeah, we'll find it
But
next episode.
You don't see him very much.
Yeah, we'll find it next episode. But someone tied to his chair, pointing for the next chess move, Wyndham Earl's next chess move. So it seems like Wyndham Earl. We heard he was in a mental institute, and we heard he escaped. It sounds like he is completely bananas because he has presented his next chess move with a person pointing at a chessboard. And I can only imagine he is somewhat responsible for the power going out. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, it's kind of a big coincidence if he's not.
Yeah. Not that this show will shy away from a good coincidence.
That is true.
But no. I'm definitely intrigued by the Wyndham Earl plot, and I'm thinking that'll be maybe what gets the show back on some kind of track, because I'm intrigued by that mystery.
Yeah, gives it some focus.
Everything else in the episode was a bit rough. James's plot continues to be the sinkhole of interest.
Yep.
So yeah, him and the lady have sex, and Evelyn, her name is. Shock horror twist. Our brother is not really our brother, or maybe he is. Maybe it's incest. I mean, it wouldn't be beyond the show to do that. But I don't think he is our brother. I think it's a case of lies.
I think that's right. What I hope they're cannibals and they're going to eat James. Because I don't know what else would be interesting with this anymore.
Well, what is interesting is a completely different matter. What I think is happening is she has lured him in because her and her actual man that she's having an affair with, the so-called brother, want to kill the rich guy and frame James for it. That is what my thinking is right now.
I agree. That's the most likely, but I'm still hoping for cannibals.
Why stop at cannibals? Let's just go straight to vampires or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. That'd be interesting.
But yeah, so they've lured him into a trap for something. I would assume it's going to be to frame him to kill the rich guy, but I mean, I don't really care enough to speculate beyond that.
That's the problem. I'm going to, can they be cannibals just because I want them to do something interesting?
Yeah, I don't think there's actually any hints in the show that they're cannibals, to be fair.
No, there's not.
Yeah.
I'm just do something that'll surprise me.
What did we really get? We got James giving a really awkward monologue about how he feels about Laura.
Yeah.
And then we get one of the most awkward scenes, love scenes I've ever seen in my life, where they slowly take off her fur coat as they're leaning against the car, and it lingers for so goddamn long as they try to get to the kiss. It felt unnatural and unpaced.
I feel like even once they start kissing, his hand is it doesn't know where it's going.
If in doubt, go for the boob.
I know. It's just all over the place. Like, what are you doing? And then you have that really, really slow shot pulling back.
I didn't mind that shot so much, just because at least that had there was a stylistic choice there. I
get that. I just feel like it was a little bit too long.
Yeah. All right, so that's that plot. We mentioned Andy and Dick. They go by the orphanage, not the orphanage, but the adoption agency, and they sneak in to the office. Which, by the way, so. My favourite part of this in this episode, the two things, was one, I like that Lucy's really suspicious that Dick and Andy seem to be working together. I just, it's just a fun idea. And secondly, so they're in the office, Andy's a bit of a scaredy cat, he doesn't want to get caught, and he's like, Dick, let's go. And
it's not a bad Andy impression, actually.
Was it? Oh, okay, thanks.
Stuff I've heard, I could think of worse.
I wasn't even trying to do an impression, I was just kind of trying to get across the whiny kind of worried nature. I wasn't really trying to go for his actual voice, but I'll take it. I'll take it. And Dick's looking up stuff to try to find out. He's been adopted several times apparently. I wonder if they all died in mysterious circumstances. But
I really hope so.
The funniest part of this scene, honestly, it was when this random couple come in and they think that Dick works for even though he's in a trench coat and a hat, he's clearly up to shady business.
I know.
But they say, can we speak to Donnie, because they're going to adopt a kid named Donnie, and Dick's first instinct is to say, Donnie's dead. and the couple just react in horror, and he
He
corrects
goes,
himself.
dead tired.
Yeah, but that was funny.
Threw me off here. So he goes, oh, he's dead tired. He's under the weather. And they go, oh, he was fine when we saw him yesterday. I was like, right, so you were here yesterday, but you've never seen these people before. One of them who is in a police uniform, and you're just going to assume they work here. I don't know. I don't think they're fit to be parents.
To be fair, I don't think they assumed Andy worked there. I think you see a man in a police uniform and you assume that he's there for
okay, fine,
whatever reason.
Fine, but the other guy, they're like, oh yeah, can we just no questioning it. This is clearly not the person they've been dealing with.
One of the orphans, I don't know, murdered an old child or something. There's a policeman there. Yeah, Donnie's dead. The policeman's here to investigate said murder. We think it's little Nicky. We're investigating it. Actually, that's what Dick looked like. He looked like a PI.
He did.
With his
he looked like
coat.
straight out of like a just out of a noir.
Yeah. You just need the sunglasses to complete it.
Did.
Yeah. Oh dear. So that's that. So Sheriff goes and sees Jocelyn and is like, "I love you," and she's like, "But I'm Catherine's maid," and that's the entire scene.
Pretty much.
It was actually kind of an awkward scene because he kept sort of kissing her and like, "Oh, let me take care of you," and I'm like, "All right, okay, get to the point."
Yeah.
There was no real
I feel
point.
you could say that about most of this episode. There's a lot of these plots. It's like, what's the point? Get to the point. I don't know what you're doing.
Well, some of it I can see the point a bit more because I think like Ed and Norma, like, because they've been gravitating towards each other again for a while, and they have their nice moments and they have chemistry, so it worked well enough. And you know when Ed turns around and Hank's like there in the house and he's there to confront them, but this kind of works. And then Nadine comes in. It's because I've looked at the end names. I keep every time I go to say the second one, I always say the previous name first. Every time, without fail. But Nadine comes in and I'm like, oh, she's got super strength, she's going to mess Hank up. This is going to be great. And she does. She throws him through like the shelves and punches him.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, a bit over the top. And her other scene with Mike's also really over the top. I mean, as fun as I thought her being in high school would be, her pursuing Mike hasn't been that entertaining.
It hasn't, has it? It's kind of just been creepy obsessive, but that's it.
Do you know what really cracks me up is that's like kind of creepy and it's supposed to be creepy. Meanwhile, the blondie Evelyn with James, who's still technically a high school student in terms of age, is supposed to be not creepy. That's supposed to be normal.
Yeah.
It's all over the place.
It is, isn't it? It can't make up its mind.
And then there's Cooper and Audrey, which again we talk about her being really sweet, but the reason why he doesn't want to do anything is because she is technically still high school age.
It establishes that. That was a part of a character beat, which is why it works.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not necessarily blaming Nadine. Obviously, this is meant to feel wrong, and she doesn't understand what she's doing, so it's fine. But it's weird that we have that, and then you cut across to James and Evelyn, and I mean, admittedly, he's getting served beers in bars without it being ID'd, so clearly she might not be aware that he's that young. So, fair. But she's also planning to frame him or something for some reason. So,
or hopefully eat him.
I know he's going to be in the new season though, so I know he doesn't get eaten.
Oh, do you have to ruin it for me?
I'm sorry.
I had a little bit of hope still.
I'm sorry, but I know he's surviving at the very least. His hair doesn't survive, but I know he survives.
Just disappointed now. Episode ruined.
Because it was in such high spirits beforehand.
Well, that really tells you what you need to know about this episode, doesn't it? That the fact that they're not cannibals just is what ruins it. Out of everything that could be.
There was a fantastic plate of donuts though in this episode.
There was. Although, who put the half-eaten one back?
Oh, it was that Dick Ernie, wasn't it? He's sitting there sweating, he's all nervous.
But then Cooper picks it up, looks at it, and then just puts it back on the plate.
Throw it away! Throw it at him, even.
Exactly. He's picked it up, gone, hang on, someone's taken a bite out of this. Clearly I'm not going to eat this. But then puts it back on the top of the pile for someone else to pick up. Very inconsiderate of him.
Other scenes, Ben's went off the deep end as well, as it happens. Thinks he's in the Civil War with his reenactments. Audrey's worried about him. I like that Audrey, when Bobby calls her baby, he's like, "Don't call me baby." Like she's been a bit more straight with him now, which is kind of nice.
She got what she wanted.
Yeah. She used them for what she needed. But she's called in Jerry to try and come help her dad.
Yep.
Makes sense. So we can look forward to him popping back up, I assume. And then Catherine showed up.
Yeah.
And I guess in a weird power place, like, well, now I'm in charge, I don't mind using you as my sex toy, essentially, is the gist I got from that scene.
Pretty much.
Poor Pete.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Poor Pete.
This episode was all over the place, wasn't it?
It was. Like, I think one of the things, because we don't really take a lot of notes when we talk about stuff, and partly because I don't feel that we need to. Typically, you start talking about something, we go through all the plot lines that the episode had. Usually there'll be 2 or 3 in any given episode of a TV show, and it flows quite well, and you go between them. This one was legitimately difficult to remember everything because it was just so scattershot. It was just like one scene with this here, one scene with that there, this here, and so on and so forth. And yeah, so...
Yeah, it wasn't great, was it?
Nah, it was a rough one. But hey, we're getting close to the not rough stuff.
Nearly there.
Close.
Nearly there.
So we'll be back again with another episode of Twin Peaks this weekend. That'll be the 3rd one this week. So yeah, we're getting through them quickly. I guess it kind of works that we're getting through them a bit quicker on the rough patch. It was like get through these quick. And
yeah, that was really conveniently timed. This was just a happy accident.
Yeah, this wasn't intentional to be this part of the season. It was just sort of necessity we had to do this, but here we are. So let us know what you thought of this one in the comments below. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. Get us on Twitter at mailed_fuzz. Individual Twitters are on the screen. That's us. Thanks for watching, guys, and don't trust any owls you see, and have a donut. I want a donut.
We all want donuts.
This show makes me want a donut. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.